This is a Headgum podcast.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat
and Pat.
Hey
is for
the
an animal.
way you look.
A
It's
is
so
for
nice.
the way you eat it if you're a horse.
Yeah, chompy morning
Oh
chompy.
God, they eat it so much.
They eat it so much, and you know what? I'm on the side of TikTok where you watch horses' hooves get groomed.
Oh, interesting.
You can
I'm
watch
not on
horses' hooves get groomed. It's almost like cutting soap. It's very fascinating. It's very ASMR-y.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, what I'll be naming my daughter, ASMR-y.
Oh, what was my name for a child recently?
Aya Samari.
Well, someone recently texted me talking about someone named Gage, but they did a typo and they called them Gate, but they didn't know. So for like a week, I thought someone was named Gate.
Gate
And
Regan's kind of cute.
Yeah, beautiful gender neutral name.
Gate. Well, this is Catherine.
And this is Patrick.
And this is an episode of a little podcast people have been calling for a couple years now, and they've been calling it Seek Treatment.
Yeah. So if you'll be my wait, what is it? If you be my bodyguard,
I'll
be your pal. And if you call us Betty, you will call me Seek Treatment. If I call you Betty, Betty, will you call our podcast Seek Treatment?
If you have to be a bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. Pat, when you call me, you can call me via our podcast recording.
Is the name Betty in that line at all, or did I add that?
I don't know. That's kind of what happens. Sometimes words grow in the brain.
I obviously saw my friend Betty, and I said this to her. I said,
I love the name
Betty. I don't know why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's because of me.
Can
Betty,
I say something?
Yeah.
Well, quick aside, people said we look too professional. They begged me to be laying down in a hotel bed in a foreign country, and that's what I'm doing. Greetings from Copenhagen, Denmark, where I have a nasty stomach ache. Nasty. Been on the toilet both ends all night, and I have my show in an hour, which is why my makeup is absolutely snatched.
Oh my God, you're getting on stage in an hour.
I
can't
know.
believe you're doing this.
I don't. I'm so lost in terms of like time and space and day and like what is real and what money is, because I've just been throwing it at my problems. But what I wanted to say to you, Pat, is that I started last week, something happened to me, and I really wish that I was going to see the TTPD section of the Eras Tour in person.
Oh, wait, what do you mean something happened to you?
I froze?
No, you said something happened to me.
No, something was activated in me, and I was like, I know I saw the Eras Tour, but
I
like,
see what you mean.
I need to see the new chapter. Like, I need to see. I'm craving it. Because
do you know a theory
I got full body chills when the smallest man who ever lived bridge. Were you sent by someone who won't maintain? Or you slept in a room?
Do you know a theory I heard?
Mm-hmm.
Was that, you know, when she comes out during the red era, and like she's wearing the white t-shirt and the bowler cap, and the white t-shirt's like having like black lettering on it where some of the words are red, and it's kind of like, what is she trying to tell us? Well, one of the shirts she came out on said, "This is not Taylor's version," and so there's been a lot of conversation over like, what does that one mean? And so a theory I heard posited is that she's saying this is not the Taylor's version Eras Tour, by the way. And like she's going to extend the Eras Tour into a Taylor's version Eras Tour, which what God knows what that means. But like,
would that mean like?
I don't know.
What would that mean?
I don't know.
This is not. Wait, why would her shirt? Why would her shirt say this is not Taylor? Well, what are other? Can you tell me other examples of what it said in other shows?
Like always lyrics to like Red version songs, like or Red, or like it was like we were never ever getting back together, but like the ever is red and everything else is black, and so people talk about that.
I forget. So yeah, we already got the Taylor's version of Red. By the way, I don't know why my camera is zooming in and out, and I don't know how to change it.
Oh my God! Oh, it means like automatic.
Will you send by someone?
Someone did that once on a Zoom I was with, and they did it by accident, but
I
it was
hate
on
it.
Zoom. So like when we're on StreamYard.
I
Now
know.
I
I
have to
don't
talk to you about
care.
this.
I'm being
I,
casual.
I have to ask you a question because I'm watching something I think is up your alley, but I wonder if you're watching it yet. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders doc.
Thank you for asking. I'm dying to see it. Everyone's been talking to me about it. The issue with me is that, and this is what I need to talk about publicly. I don't know when. I think it was probably like it must have been end of April that I tried for the first time to watch the TV show Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
And I am not kidding you, Pat, and y'all know this. When I say my eyes have not left the Peacock app, I have
Yeah.
not left the Peacock app since late April. And I'm now, and it's only.
Where are you now?
So this is what's so scary, and I know this is sick, and I know it's bad, but I want to say I've been traveling a lot. I've been unwinding a lot. I am now on season 10.
So what's going on? Is that the season?
We're about to hit Scandival. So here's what I'll tell you. I did fast forward through and not watch season 9 because it was so boring and
Yeah.
stupid.
That was it. Was like, yes, it was like the show was gonna end basically, and that's why Scandival did like save the show, because it was like we don't care
Yeah,
about
because
these
what happened? Because we lost like some of our greatest stars.
cancellations.
Oh, I see.
And it was like
Because
pandemic, and it went away for a long time, and it came back.
I have to just get through Scandival so I can move on with my life.
Yeah.
It is shocking. Like I will say, and of course, there's no reason to be talking about this 5 years later, but this is what we do on the podcast. It is insane, the build up to it, like the way they're treating Raquel and like the way she's behaving is crazy.
Yeah. And what
When
was I
she
going?
makes out with Schwartz, he's the secret
I,
villain of the show, by the way. He's so
yes,
lame and
I
pathetic.
know. So I now can't stop watching from early seasons, and like
It's so
I
funny. Well, the
I
early
know
seasons are so funny.
I know it's true. Well, it's an interesting thing in general just to watch it back when you've already seen the current, because it's like in this strange haunted way they all get what like they're all saying like, I don't know what for, but I just want to be famous. And it's
Oh
like
my
they get
God.
what they want, but in this weird funhouse mirror way where it's like their souls are destroyed. And like it's also interesting seeing first season with Katie, like when Stassi finds out from Frank that Jax cheated on her, and
Yeah.
Katie and Kristen really truly kind of take
Oh,
Jax's side, which
I
is so crazy.
know.
But then to put that in conversation with season 11, which I'm excited for you to get to, where Katie has this stoic ascetic like allegiance to the woman, it's like this is in conversation with the season 1 Katie, and like that's why that, and she definitely has looked back at that and been like, why did I make that decision 12 years ago, and now I'm going to do it right with
100%.
I'm going
I
to do
feel
it right
like
this time.
Katie keeps like redeeming herself in bits, and then she'll like backpedal a ton and be like completely psychotic. Like, and we can move on from this, but the fact that she went to Mexico for Sheena's wedding,
I know. Well,
they must have forced her to go, because I was like, why would she go?
well, this is the take on that. Like, and whenever anyone's like, even with Kristen, when it's like, why are you coming out to Miami? Like why are you coming to this cast trip? Whatever. It's they're what they're not saying is like, this is a work trip. Katie is part of this cast of people as her job, and
Right.
the cast is going on a trip. So it's not like she's like, I need to go watch Sheena's wedding. She's like, I'm doing the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's
She's
what
like, I
it is.
have to go, and I don't want to be at the wedding, so I'm just gonna be there.
And what do you think about the return of Christina
Oh,
Kelly?
I was gonna say worst character on the whole show.
Oh, I will say that like rewatching it, I actually quite
Again and
like her.
again, no spine, no spine. It's like, get a personality.
I kind of like her in early seasons on the second watch, but I resented her because I
Oh,
was like, you're not a cast member. Like, why are you trying? But
well, she
now
was so mean when Stassi was being really evil. Like Christina was always backing her up in this way that was
yeah,
so pathetic, and now she's kind of just like, you know, it's so sad. This is I feel bad saying this, but it's like Katie's trying to unwind, have this divorce party, and she's with her only 2 friends who don't drink, who aren't fun, and then
yeah.
so Lala and Christina Kelly are like, can we have sparkling water? Then Katie's like, can I have a? She goes, this is what she said. Can I have a vodka prosecco? I was like, that's not an order. That's not an order. A vodka prosecco.
I know. I
Anyways,
know.
the point is, I'm really enjoying it, and that's why I haven't seen any other television.
You should watch the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders doc. They do a really good job in terms of like there are just times where they find there's one who like, first of all, one of them is fully making me Christian. by the way. I'm fully a follower of Christ because of Reese from the
Okay,
Dallas
so
Cowboys
you're
cheerleader
born
dog.
again.
I was born again this week, and then so remember how I was born back in like '88? I actually got born again watching
Mm-hmm.
The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders doc, and then
Dallas Cowboys
Cowboys
cheerleader
cheerleaders
doc.
doc, and then another one is like we just haven't seen her humanity. And then there was like an episode where they're like, oh, they say, oh, and by the way, here's this girl's humanity, and it's just done really well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell my family enjoyed it, I know. But this is so funny. Speaking of Dallas Cowboys cheerleader doc, okay, ever since my stroke, once again, an amazing girl who I love and respect, which coming up on my 1 year anniversary of my stroke, which is making me feel, of course, really calm. My anxiety has been worse than ever, and I've been really, really anxious that I'm like not okay. I know I am, but it's just like my mental health has been tricky, especially when traveling and stuff.
Yeah.
But the other day, Ryan and I were at this like mall in London, and I brought him a Coke Zero. And what I wanted to, and he didn't expect it. And what I wanted to say was Dream Girl Alert. But I like slurred my words, and I was like, Dream Girl Alert. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I thought I was like stroking out. So I was like, so then I started saying it again and again to try and say it. I was like, Dream Parlor, Dream Parlor. And it was so hard to say. But he was like, it's just hard to say. And he's like, but now you're in a mall screaming Dream Girl Alert to me again and again. And I'm like, I'm fine. Dream Girl Alert, Dream Girl Alert.
When I was little, I had trouble saying the words girl and world. Like the RL sound was really hard for me.
Yeah, that was a bit tricky. But yeah, do you guys think, sound off in the comments, which of course I don't know where those are or what I'm talking about. Oh, I guess this might be on YouTube, which is amazing and modern. But is Dream Girl Alert hard to say? And if I shriek it 20 times in a row in a mall in London, did a tree fall in the woods, right?
Yeah, did a tree fall in the woods? I what was he going to say? I know I've been in such a strange place, but you know
I
what?
haven't seen you in so long. It's like sad.
I know. Do you think that now? Do you know that now I'm like, I don't. I think I don't want to be partnered ever.
That's okay. I
That's
think
my
that's,
new
well, first of all,
place.
that's a really good place to be in.
Yeah, totally.
That's kind of like the goal.
Yeah, I think that's where I
And then
am.
if someone comes along and changes your mind, you're like, okay, let me rethink this. Like, do I want this person in my life?
Yeah,
You don't want to be like, oh, I need someone. That's like
I know. I kind
you're
of fell
like
into that place recently, but
end
I'm glad to be
game.
out of it.
Oh, I love seeing your beautiful couch.
Oh, I know. Isn't it nice in that rug?
It looks so good.
It's gonna be a.
Wow,
Well, guess what
you did
happened
the
to me?
rug.
I did the rug. Yeah, I did the rug.
Aw,
I
I
did the rug a
miss
little while ago.
you.
I did the rug a little while ago. Of course, had like kind of like a loaded interaction with the task rabbit,
I was
where
gonna say a
like,
cast member of a reality show that is our life.
yeah,
Well, task
and
grabbers are generally like frauds
right. Well, he was like, of course,
and
like
swindlers.
we're doing it. We're moving the couch together. We're lying down the rug, and then of course we start talking about why we're in LA, and then he kind of was like, basically like, I am a professional poker player. I was like, that's amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was like, asking about my work, and then he was like, yeah, that's so crazy. I was gonna leave, and then I thought, I need to try stand up before I leave this town. And I was like, oh God, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be
Oh
here anymore.
no.
I know.
So did they try stand up?
It was actually like a little while ago, and I don't really remember like where it all went, but like
Mm-hmm.
it was like it became an emotionally taxing conversation where, oh yeah.
I've been having a
Well,
lot of those.
this happened. He was like, we're talking about how like, there's a lot of this presence, this hyper present, this presence of, identity in comedy where it's sort of like at the forefront, and he was asking me if I feel competitive with other gay comedians, and I was like, sometimes, and he was like,
But then Charlie XCX released "Girl So Confusing,"
right,
which, by the way,
and
is my life story in a million ways.
I actually haven't like really truly in
Well,
earnest
the thing.
listened.
Sorry, quick aside. The thing. So she released a song about like it's hard to be a girl. There's weird dynamics, whatever. And people were like, it's about Lord. It's about Lord because people would always compare them. And then she fucking got with Lord, and they recorded these verses together that are so fucking beautiful and poetic and amazing.
Is
And
that the
it's
Let's
about
Work It Out in the remix?
yes, yes. And so it's like And it does sum up exactly what it feels like to be a woman or a person, I'm sure, in any
Right.
industry, but especially ours, which is hyper competitive. So I love that song, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for that
Well,
song.
I just learned the lesson for the 1 millionth time in my life that you cannot have a friend who's a gay guy in the entertainment industry.
I know that.
That lesson will be taught to me every day until I die.
You know, yeah, it's really, really hard. Like, as my healer would say, people often say, like, it's who's there for you when you're going through a hard time. And you know what she says? She's like, I think often, and in your case, especially to her talking to me, she's like, I think it's who's there for you when you're doing really well and like actually wants you to be happy.
Right. But
I think
like,
there's some twisted people who like picking up the pieces.
yeah,
And I'm like, but who's celebrating?
I know. Though I'm
This is
like,
kind of unrelated to what you're saying, but I just
I
wanted to
know, but I
sort
kind
of.
of know what you mean because of the. I kind of know what you mean. It's so interesting, but like, I don't really care. But like, I am going through such a moment right now where I'm like, I will say, like, I've never cared that much about my age. Something about being on the other side of 35. There's a tightening of the screws. There's like, well, a person called Gay CEO tweeted at me, um, 2 days ago.
No, what did the gay CEO say?
Someone called Gay CEO tweeted at me because I tweeted as I was logging on to work. I just tweeted like, and I'm just gonna say the tweet. The point being, this had nothing to do with what I tweeted, but I tweeted, "I freaking love to log on to Zoom.us" as I was
Oh,
like,
that was actually suggested to me. That was trying to lure me. They used that to try and get me over to the Threads app. I was like, honey, that's not going to take me over there. No offense.
and so then someone tweeted at me and said, someone called Gay CEO tweeted at me and said, Do you ever watch or read the news? You are getting so old, and you seem to have the media diet of a teenager.
Oh, that's so mean.
I know. I blocked them just because I'm like, well, I don't want to
You
deal
are
with it.
getting so old. I can't tell if that's like a bot or like someone's actually digging at you.
I know. Well, it was
The
a
media
gay
diet of a
CEO.
teenager. Huh.
My media diet has been actually changing lately in terms of like, I am listening to other stuff that I used to not, but like it is interesting. But it's part of this larger feeling of like what I was kind of talking about in the Ruby episode, where it's like I am getting so old, and it's like
You're
I,
looking younger than ever.
I know, but like it all has to do also with my apartment, and like I
It looks
just
really cute in this
feel
shot, though.
I don't know, I just feel a little bit too old for my personalities all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good title. Too old for my
Yeah,
personality.
yeah, that is a good title. And
Um,
I made everyone in the house room go around and see if they thought I had any there last week because I'm also
you have more there than 99% of this fucking town. And I'm talking about Copenhagen, of course, where I am.
well, do you know whenever I'm romantically interested in someone, it becomes impossible to talk to them, and do you know
In
why?
person or on text?
On text, I am
On
literally
fire.
on fire.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane. But
Trying to get my
like,
water.
but what's tricky about all of a sudden in person with anyone I'm romantically interested in is like I do realize that like because of like how my brain is, I'll talk. It's okay. We can be so obsessive that like when there is someone like that in my orbit that I'm romantically interested in, um, I I talk about them so much to my friends, and then they become like the thing I talk about to people. And then when I'm with them, it's like my only topic I have is them, and I can't talk to them about it. So it's like I'm like, wait, I have nothing to say. You know what I mean?
So what
It's
have you been
so
up to? Talking about you incessantly to everyone I know.
I know it's so hard.
I know. Let me say this. I don't think you're too old for your personality.
I'm getting a little too old for my personality.
You know what someone said to me
What?
today? Um, you know when someone thinks they're responding to their friend, but they're responding directly to you who posted the video?
Yeah.
Someone responded to some story of me where it's like I'm doing a joke or something, and I guess someone's friend had sent it to them. Someone responds, someone responds, ha 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 ha. Oh my God, she's so annoying, but this is funny.
Oh my,
I'm
oh
like,
my
I
Yeah,
want to get in there and like it and be like, thank
you,
you.
you literally should be like, thank you, girl. You should.
And then I looked at her profile and we have like mutual friends.
That's the worst.
And I'm like, but then I think it, I'm like, oh my God. And I say this with so much love. Like, can you imagine if you didn't know
No.
me and you only knew little parts of me, how fucking annoying you would think I am?
Well, that's what my thing is with me is like
That's what my thing is with me.
Well, we have to be honest about this fact. Unlike all of our peers, I have almost no Instagram followers. Unlike almost all of our peers, I have 51.8K, which I don't care about on the record. But like, why are you as a man, why are you as a CEO coming for someone with 51.8? Do you know what I mean?
I know, but that is a lot in the grand scheme of things.
Not compared to every single person we know.
That's because like now, well, first of all, followers, it's not chic anymore. It's over. Followers are
Thank
over.
God for that.
Because now you go on, everyone has 10.2 million followers, and you're like, I've actually never heard of that person. Or, and they, by the way, they don't have a body of work. Here's what it's
Right.
about. It's about having
Here's
a
what
body
we.
of work. Look at
And,
me. It's about having a body of work and making things. The
yes.
rest, fluffy whipped cream.
Ethereal, mercurial, fleeting will be gone before we are. Whereas
Ethereal,
we are doing a
mercurial,
podcast.
hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast that will stand the test of time. And they will be able to dig this up from the, I don't know, bowels of the internet.
Yes. Okay.
I went to, first of all, I've been to so many places since I saw you last.
Where have you been going?
Okay, so first of all, I taped my special. I think we
Oh
talked
my
about
God, yeah,
that.
how'd it go? Yes,
It was
George was going straight from my show to your special taping because we did
it
our
was
famous
heaven
thing
on
of
earth.
having two shows on the
No,
same
it's
day.
actually one of those things where like God is laughing because it's like the fourth time we scheduled us. We don't live in the same city anymore. This is the fourth time we scheduled a show that's just us individually in the same city on the same night. Okay, so
But also, I have seen you since then because of our Sex in the City brunch with me, you, your mom, your brother.
yeah,
Sex
of course,
and the City.
never forget. But taping was amazing. The first show was not. I was not feeling it because we had to stop right at the beginning because my bra was showing because I'm a whore. And that threw me
Oh my
off.
God.
But then the second show was absolute fire. It was heaven on
Yeah.
earth. I'm so glad. So then I did that. Then I went to Ireland. I went to a wedding. It was so beautiful. Then we went to Italy, and I went to the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life, which was ready for this? My boyfriend's friend's parents have a place in Italy that we stayed at, and it was
Oh,
psychotically beautiful. Shout out. Then we went to Venice. First was Tuscany, and shout out to the siblings at the pizza place in Panzano who recognized me.
that is crazy. And there's
That
four of
is
them,
what
right?
I was. There was like four, and then my friends were making fun of me because I was so excited afterwards that they were like, "Oh my God, you were just so like." They're like, "You were fangirling the fans."
Wait,
So I was like,
wait,
"Ah!"
were they Italian?
No, they were on vacation.
Oh, were they American?
Yeah.
They said I looked like an American singer.
Mm-hmm.
Bold was the waitress on our 3-year trip eating lunch down by the lake. She said I
Bold
looked
was
like
the
an
waitress
American
is a bit
singer.
like, huh? What do
Bold
you
was
mean
the
bold?
waitress. Maybe that's a book title. Bold was the waitress.
Bold was the waitress. My waitress last night looked like an actress, but I can't remember her name. Anyways, then we went to Venice. Then my tour started. We did Paris, which was a good fine. The show was fine. It was like an earlier show, so it was still light out, so it was kind of a weird vibe. Berlin show is my absolute favorite. Shout out to everyone in Berlin, especially the couple that was matching, screaming child free for life. Shout out to
Oh
one
my
of the
God.
partners who had a tramp stamp that said science and who rode off, and they rode off on a tandem bicycle. They were the highlight of my Berlin show. Amsterdam show was again kind like it was the biggest crowd, but it was like everyone was kind of low key.
Yeah.
But also, in Europe they don't have air conditioning, so
And
everyone's
I
sweating their
know.
fucking tits off.
Remember we went during the heat wave?
Oh my God, that was brutal.
I changed hotels because they thought that air conditioners were just decorations at the first hotel. They
I
didn't
know.
know that
Well,
they have a job to do.
tomorrow I'm literally going. I have a show at our venue in Dublin,
Oh my God.
and
Wow,
once again, I'm proud to say that at this point it's not full.
the moment the feeling that venue evoked. I just remember so vividly walking to that venue so hungry because I couldn't eat in Europe for some reason. So sleep deprived. About to go to Montreal the next morning for no reason.
Oh my God, that's brutal.
Do you remember our conversation in the green room of that venue?
Did it have to do with the dumpling menu?
Yes, and it had to do with um, with what was going on backstage side, or what would be going. You know what I mean? I,
I do. Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that.
what a crazy trip!
I know.
And
I
then
know.
straight to Montreal. I remember Oh, I remember we thought we were staying in the same Dublin hotel, but we weren't.
And that was actually, I think, my fault for once. No
And
offense.
I was wearing this shirt that really wore me, and but everyone in Dublin loved
Stripes.
it. Yeah, everyone in Dublin loved it, but no one else has ever liked it.
You were
Literally,
wearing
like,
stripes.
drunk straight guys stopping me on the street in Dublin, being like, "Where did you get that
What
shirt?"
was the answer?
I think it was Scotch and Soda. You know that
I don't like
store?
that. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like
It's always like,
bad.
what if we had a funky silk bomber in the window? It's like,
It's like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
it
What
is in that
if?
it's that same tier as like APC where it's like let's put out an $800 bomber and see who bites.
Yeah. Wait, you just reminded me of something. Yeah, I don't know, but
Oh, I had the most joyous experience at APC.
oh, go
Silver
ahead.
Lake. Yeah, well, because you know how
You're
I go
home away from
through,
home.
through cycles of being addicted to ABC's Silver Lake, and
It's so expensive there.
but I don't close shop very often, so when I do, like, I don't mind spending
I
a
know,
pretty
I know. You're not like
penny.
me throwing money into the ravine every chance I get.
So I was going to an event 2 weeks ago, and yes, it was an event at the Abbey where Cher would in fact be. And so I
What's the
was
Abbey?
the Abbey is a gay bar on
Then why
in
is
West
Vanderpump
Hollywood.
always there?
It's right next to Sir pretty much.
Can you imagine how excited I am to go to Sir when I get back to LA?
But do you know my joke I keep doing in the Hex Room this year?
What?
Well, I do a couple of jokes. One is that I keep pitching that Prion has an identical twin that's based in LA. And so they keep seeing his twin.
Prion?
Prion, my character who's based in
No, no.
Montreal.
I
Oh,
know. Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't know he was Montreal based.
So he's Montreal based, so that's why I keep it. So he's not gonna probably recur, probably, right? Because he's in Montreal.
Oh.
Because and so I keep saying, well, what if like Prion has this identical twin? And whenever anyone's like, and then what's happening? I'm like, would Prion ever have a twin who like could run into the ladies here? But and so my other bit is that because I was going to the Abbey with Abby came up, I went with Jen, and so but I kept saying that like I'm gonna do it. I want to open a small business that's a gay bar like next door to the Abbey, and it's called the Alana.
That's good.
And then I recycled the joke at the gym because usually on Wednesdays there's a lot of abs, and but lately on Wednesdays there hasn't been abs. So I was talking to some of the gays, and I was like, I don't know why they're not. I don't know why these Wednesdays aren't Abby anymore. And I keep saying
Abby.
now I keep saying that they keep having us do Alanas, which is a workout without abs. I was like, why are we doing another
That's so
Alana
good.
this week? But
This is my sleep crown.
oh, you wear it on your head?
Well, it goes over my eyes. I didn't like it at first, but now I love it. It's this brand called Drowsy. It's overpriced, but it's actually everything to me.
Oh, I think Claudia has that too.
I miss her.
She's in Osh.
That's a far place.
And
But
then
I love
also
travel and I love my life.
I'm gonna travel in the fall, I hope.
But you know what? I really am tired for the show right now. My stomach's doing crazy things. Maybe this time you'll use Today Ticks. Maybe this time you'll click the app. Maybe this time, for the first time, you won't sit on your couch like a loser at night. New York and London and more cities. Maybe this time you'll get a grip.
What is that one again? What's that one
That's
from?
from Cabaret, which is on Broadway right now. And you know how you can get tickets?
How come?
Today Ticks. That's how come.
That's how come. Yeah, it's the easiest way to do it is I give my youngest sister experiential gifts for Christmas usually on Broadway. You know
Mm-hmm.
we've seen Wicked, you know we've seen Frozen, you know those are the two favorite Broadway musicals of a late 30s pilot I went on a date with recently, love. Amazing shows, amazing tickets. I saw Sweeney Todd this past summer. I was trying to remember one single song from it, but of course I couldn't because that's not how my brain works.
I got you. Oh, Mr. Todd, I'm so happy. I could eat you up. I really could. You know what I like to do, Mr. Todd.
You should play that girl.
I
You should
know.
play that girl
Well,
at the end of the day.
well, guess what? Thank you for saying that because in our 40s, Brian
Yeah.
and I are going to be swinging with his love it in our 40s.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
He would
interesting.
crush.
Totally.
These are my friends.
I'm-
I'll make him
and
say,
I'm gonna be
"This
the
is
kid.
my girlfriend."
I'm gonna be the little kid that is currently being played, or was this past summer being played by the Stranger Kids little boy.
Stranger Kids, little boy.
The Stranger Things little boy. Stranger Things, Stranger
There's
Kids.
stranger kids out there. Now, let me tell
Now
you.
listen.
Tell them what they got to do,
Oh,
Pat.
oh,
Tell them what they got to
I
do.
meant like listen, like you can say it, but Tay-Tix is the best night out that you haven't had yet, with the best value on tickets to amazing things going on all around you. Getting tickets is literally as easy as ordering takeout, by the way. So if you could do one, you certainly can do the other. And so what you should probably do is go to todaytix.com/seek treatment and use promo code seek treatment to get $20 off your first Today Tix purchase. That's promo code seek treatment at todaytix.com/seek treatment. todaytix.com/seek treatment.
I use this all the time. It gives me discounts to see the things I want to see so I can be in the know in the cultural conversation. If you aren't seeing live theater, you are missing out. You are not really alive. Check your heart. Is it beating?
And you're certainly not in the discourse if you are not using Today Tix to see live theater.
Get in the discourse. Love you guys.
Wait, I have a question on the show, which is that I want to get back to after my joyous experience in ABC. But like, I want to know if they speak English when they go to your shows, because they're in non-English speaking countries, it seems. But
I don't speak English. I do it all in like whatever language I'm.
so good. In whatever language I'm in.
In whatever language I'm in. Yeah. So tonight I'll be doing the show in Danish, and no, everyone speaks English. I assume if I did that, more people would come. But yes. I do feel intense shame. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just feel intense shame, like as an English speaker walking around and like not knowing the language. Like I try and learn like hello at least, but usually like at least in German, hello is just hello.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
it's
so
like,
easy.
so it's like hello, and then I'm like, anyways, can I get like a macchiato?
Yeah.
Oh my
Wait, so
God.
my joyous experience in ABC. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to this event. I'm like, I should buy a shirt. Like, I don't really have a shirt to wear. So I was like, why don't I go to APC? I get there at 6:40. It closes at 7. So I go in the picture of
Damn.
I go in the picture of an apology, just being like, I'm so sorry. I will be quick. And the guy's like, you don't
Look
need to
up
be quick.
apology in the dictionary. It's you waltzing into APC.
At 6:42. And so I'm like, I will be quick. So I just start pulling things and I'm like putting them in they're building a dressing room for me. And so I try on a bunch of stuff, and like because the lighting in that dressing room is so good, I'm like, I look amazing in all of these. I'm buying all of this. And I'm like, this is gonna be a really expensive trip, but I don't care because I haven't clothes shopped since the fall.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting it all. So I'm like fully going to the counter, like walking to the guillotine, kind of like walking towards my death, being like, this is gonna be so expensive.
Comrade, and you serve as you, Madam Guillotine, slice.
What's that? Sweeney Todd?
That is actually, you would think so, but it's actually from a musical called The Scarlet Pimpernel.
Interesting.
Real
Yeah,
ones, no.
you're not going to believe this. I've never seen it. And so I go to the counter with all these items, expecting to pay King's ransom, and the guy's putting them all in. He's like, and then 40% off. And then I was like, wait, I'm sorry, why is it 40% off? And he's like, oh, well, we switched the racks around. Like, that's the sale rack now. And I go, I didn't even know it was 40% off. The guy was like, that's amazing. I was like, I know. And then we both just girled out over what a happy moment it was to not know it was all 40% off. 40% off.
That is so much. That's basically half.
Yeah, we're getting very, very close to half at that point.
So what time is it for you?
It's 8:38 a.m. Eastern Standard
That is
Time.
East. You mean
But
Pacific?
maybe Pacific, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you're up at
Yeah. It's
5
5:38. It's 5:38.
Oh my God. Thank you guys for waking up so early. Can I ask a question about gay sex?
Yeah.
Is your dick just like rock hard while you're getting fucked?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
Oh, sorry. I'm being asked to bring the mic closer for this amazing question. Is your dick rock hard? But then if you're like, I guess,
Usually there's some positions where if like it may be the
because if you're like laying down or something, it's like.
Yeah, but so maybe not rock if you're laying down. Usually if you're riding, it's pretty rock.
Oh my God, it's so hot. Like you're getting fucked and your dick is like slapping them.
Yeah.
That's amazing for you guys. I'm so happy for you. I feel bad. I'm like not horny lately.
How could you be? You're in a partnership.
Well, that's That's not the issue, I would say. How could you be? How could you be? You're not railing a stranger. No, it's a shame because like Brian's horny every single day, and I'm just like always too stressed. Like it's the last thing on my mind. Like
Yeah.
I'm just dying to sleep, and I only get horny lately. I only get horny when I've been in bed like fully rested for 12 hours, and then I like relax, and then I like remember that I'm a sexual being.
Yeah. Do you
It's
jerk
such a
off?
bummer. I rarely ever jerk off. Like I jerk off like once a month.
I've been jerking off less.
But I used to be like, I mean, you guys know, I used to be Mrs. Bounce.
Yeah,
It'll come
people
back.
called you the bounce house.
Yeah, if any of y'all, any girlies in the comments want to reach out to me and tell me like how to make yourself horny again. I'm on the antidepressants. I'm stressed as fuck. I'm in a new country every day.
Oh, are you on the
Um
antidepressants? You're on Prozac still?
yeah, I went off it and then I got back on it last year after my stroke because my anxiety was just like so intense, and I'm a little scared to go off it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm doing good without it, but I did I don't want to bandy the term about because it was like it ended up being not so long lasting, but I was in such a depression this week, but I thought it was a depression, but then I guess
Oh,
I just was just sad for a day because then I was kind of fine the next day and I was like, oh
that's
good, this
good.
isn't a whole thing.
You seem so much better. Oh my God. Last summer.
Yeah. I know what you did last summer.
Um, I was 10 like someone said that.
What's that from again?
That's from the new Girl So Confusing remix,
Oh
which is
yeah, like
so good.
I can't quite connect with the new Charlie.
Wow,
That's
it's really
okay.
good.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's also like you have to be like in a fun mood,
Yeah, and that's never happened to me
in my personal
before.
opinion.
Yeah.
I have been just watching Vanderpump. I cannot wait to go back to London and refresh my wardrobe because I've been having the same like 6 outfits with me for 2 weeks, and it's
Is there
just
good shopping in London?
well, I just have my big suit. I left my big suitcase in London,
Oh,
so
so you have a permanent dwelling there.
well, I just I rent one of Cam's rooms,
Oh, I didn't know that. How's
and so
Cam?
she's so good. But yeah, so I'll stay with her. It's just like being at her house is truly heaven. It's like the coziest place in the world. It's like
Yeah.
it's it's close to city center, but like a little bit out, so it's like kind of neighborhoody.
Are you gonna see
And
what London comics will you see
well,
socially? Not loaded. I meant because I met Roisin. I love her so much. I love her so
I know I
much.
should reach out, but now I don't. Now I might be going back to New York for a second.
Roisin wanted to set me up with her friend in London, and then also my agent wanted to set me up with someone in London.
Well, you should come visit. You should
Yeah.
come visit.
Well, I do want to travel, but now it's not worth it to travel when the room's going on because I just have to be on Zoom
Oh
the whole
no way.
time.
How's it
Yeah.
going?
Fun. I mean, it's so good to be back. Like
It's so intense every day. So Monday through Friday, how many hours a day?
I mean, it's not gonna sound a lot to someone who's like a lawyer who works 12 hours a day, but I will say I really challenge myself, especially this season. I really challenge myself to like be as engaged as possible and really. I mean, it sounds so obvious, but it's like just it's how my brain is, so I'm just always like having to remind myself like really, really. It's just I try to be so on the whole time, and I don't always succeed, but like that is really what I'm trying to do. So it's like it's from 10 to 5 every day, but it used
No,
to be
that's a long
from
time to sit on Zoom. Oh my
yeah,
God.
and there's an hour lunch break. It's on Zoom, but it is so nice because I just love the people, and it's
What a dream
like
come true.
yeah, and it is the only thing about my life, I guess, besides this podcast that is like in any way similar to my life like 18 months ago. Do you know what I mean? Like there's been so much change, so it's so stabilizing and grounding and like
Yes.
forever.
18 months ago. Wow. When I
And then
was
I
10,
always have to
someone
remind
said
myself, it's
that.
classic, like you just always have to remind yourself this was your dream, this was your dream. You know what I mean?
Amy sent me a really good advice clip yesterday. It was Tony Hale being interviewed, and I love him so much. And he was saying, I lived in New York and my dream was to be on a sitcom. And whatever, when I finally got it, I was like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
Yeah.
And he said he and his therapist decided, well, the first thing he said was like, you have to, if you don't know how to be happy where you are, then you won't be happy where you're going.
Right.
And two, so now he's just saying where you have to wake yourself up like 100 times a day and be like,
Yeah.
look where I am, look where I am, look where I am.
Yes. That's essentially what I'm trying to do.
And so I'm trying to wake myself up 100 times a day
Yeah, you have to wake yourself up 100 times a
because I
day.
am so happy right now.
But I do get off, and then well, this week, it's like the
But
Olympic trials. We should discuss the Olympic trials are going on
of
this week. So like, there's
course,
races every day, but this is the last day of them.
sometimes I feel like I don't have any friends.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like all the time, I'm like, it's hard because I haven't really been in New York at all this year. Like I've been traveling every
But you
day for
travel
the
so
tour.
that's why I don't like to travel. I like to try to stay put.
Well, I know. Well, it's just like this. That's why I don't know when I'll do another tour like this because it's just been so crazy. But it's like when I am in New York, I feel like people don't even know that I'm there, and so I'm like not getting invited to things, and I just feel like it's very like I feel so high school every
Yeah.
time. I'm like, wait, I thought those were my
Look at
friends, and they're
you.
all hanging out, and I'm like, who are my friends? You know what? I just like I do have like you and a few other people who I talk to regularly, so I have to be grateful.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like 5 people. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's kind
you
of
meet in
how life.
heaven. At the end of the day, it's 5 people you meet in heaven.
That is life. That is love.
I know. My
Oh my god! Guess by the way, guess who I saw here?
who?
Z-Way is like also on a European
Oh, I
tour.
saw that's in your
Oh, I'm like,
story.
it was so funny because I was like, I met this Danish drag queen. Shout out Ms. Privilege, who's been so sweet to me and like took me out on the town. And they were like, oh, we're all going to see Z-Way's show. And I was like, wait, what are the odds? Like, if you told like 2017 me, like, oh, you and Z-Way are going to be doing shows in Copenhagen at the same time.
I
So we
know.
went. It was so fun. It was so good to see her. She's so funny. And the show was just a great time. And it was just one of those like surreal life moments of like, oh my God, like look at us in this foreign country together, like just slaying, like living, laughing,
Yeah.
loving.
Interesting.
Can you believe that I have to literally in 10 minutes get on my little outfit, find a cab, they don't have Uber here, and get to the theater.
Oh my God. What is the theater like in Berlin?
Oh, the theater in Berlin was nice. It was like in the round and it was like a good size.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Paris theater,
wait, now you're in Paris.
no, I'm in Copenhagen.
Right, right, right. What
I don't know
and you
what the
don't
theater is like tonight. I
yeah.
haven't been.
Who's playing piano for you?
No one. I use my tracks now when I tour.
Oh, good. That's
So
smart.
much better.
Yeah.
The first few stops I did, I had a pianist, and it was taking years off my life to teach and like rehearse
Yeah.
for one night. Oh my God. But yeah, then I have the Dublin show, and then I think I'm flying back to New York.
Maybe I'll go to Europe in the fall.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know what I wish I did? Now that I'm learning about how I like to, I feel like it's better, in my opinion. Everyone's different. For me, it's better. It's just, I'd rather stay like 4 nights in one place and just like enjoy it at a leisurely pace than like try and see 3 different cities and be like stressed with my suitcases.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
I want to go back to Greece.
I never have been.
It's so beautiful. But it's very like, I guess if you go to like Mykonos, you can have like gay fun.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like very like laying on the beach all day, like by myself. Who's going to win?
Well, the trials have been quite rewarding as they always are. Like there was high drama in the women's 800 that basically like our there's a woman called Athingmo who is the best 800 meter runner in the world, and she's also part of this triumvirate of rivals. A woman named Mary Moraa from Kenya, and a woman named Kelly Hodgkinson from the UK, and the three of them are all so fast at such, and specifically Athing and Keely are like they started being the best in the world when they were like 19, which is very young,
Oh
and
my
so
God.
Athing went to Texas A&M. She already was so good in high school, and then
Texas A&M. Gig 'em.
and then she was so good that she left the NCAA to go pro her freshman year because she was just too good. And that was the year of the Tokyo Olympics. She won the Olympic trials. Then she won the Tokyo Olympics over Keely, and so they got silver and gold as like 19-year-olds, and then the thing was it. Like she was so good. She runs in this way where you can't even imagine a world where she would lose a race because it seems so effortless. But also, and then she won world championships next year in 2022. But then it started to be apparent that she doesn't seem like she's enjoying herself. And in fact, especially in 2023, last year at Worlds, she seemed to be quite depressed. Like it
Oh
seemed it was
God.
she was and she doesn't really race outside these global championships, and it's kind of like what's going on. And I think what's so fascinating about her, and she has talked about it, where it's like she her very presence asks this kind of existential question where it's like you're so good at this thing, you're the best anyone's ever been at this thing, you don't really like the
Oh,
thing, do you do it, like do you have to do it? And so it's
oh
like
my
she's like, I
God.
guess I'll go to freaking Budapest and race 800 meters and try to win, even though everyone already thinks of me the best in the world. So I could either just continue them thinking that, or I lose, and then also like I only have something to lose. There's nothing to be gained here anymore, and like I don't enjoy it, and I'm so good at it, and everyone wants me to do it. It's like, do I do it? It's like
Me
it's
touring Europe. Me about to go to the Copenhagen show for 85 people.
yeah, so it's fascinating. And then she got third last year behind like Mary Mora, who had emerged since Tokyo, won. Keely got second, and Thing got third, and was, even though she's the she got a bronze medal at Worlds, she is probably the best of the three, and it just mentally, I think it's too much. And so, and then she came back like 2 weeks later and like set an American record, and like it was a go she should have won in Budapest, but she just wasn't. And then she has not raced since then. So
Oh
everyone's like,
wow.
what's going on? She's not racing. She moved to LA now and she models, but she also is so good at the 800. So all year, like she was entering meets and pulling out, entering meets and pulling out. We haven't
Wow.
seen her race. Then there was, her coach, this kind of legendary coach, Bobby Kersey, said she had a hamstring thing. I was like, okay. She races the trials. First round goes pretty uneventful. Second round goes pretty uneventful. She's on the line. And she also has, in so many words, a bit of an adversarial relationship with the fandom, where it's like, because people are rude and people are like, why isn't she race? Like, what's going on? And she's kind of like, I don't owe you people anything, is the vibe I get, not necessarily anything she said. So it's always been kind of just interesting. And so she shows up to race. She has not raced in a year. Everyone else has been running all spring. And like, so she is like 3 seconds better than the next best American woman, which is so much in an 800. And but also the 800 is a very tactical race. Like it's really short. Like positioning is so important, and so part of racing is like you just learn how to like spatial awareness and where to make moves and where to try to get inside and all these things. And so like the final goes out, and it's the highest stakes you could imagine, kind of for everyone else, because it's like you don't even imagine a world where a thing wouldn't, win it, never mind not be top three and make the team. Everyone else is like, it's a very deep event, and everyone else is like, that whoever gets the top three in this event will be the Olympians for the next 4 years, and everyone else will be there. It'll be reflected in their contracts. They're already not making enough. There's severe
Mm.
financial implications. Everyone's getting older. No one knows what shape they'll be in at the next Olympic trials when these decisions will get made again. So, and it's a 2 minute race. And so it's like the stakes couldn't be higher, and it's electric. And like it's a thing, and then everyone else. But no one knows who those 2 second spots are going to be. The race goes out, first 200 meters, the first half of the first lap. People all start to converge on the rail. A thing goes to move in. She's not used to racing, and she's not used to being in a pack. And I think she just doesn't really know how to really do it. And she trips and fall and smashes to the track, and a bunch of people's races are in fact affected because they have to kind of move around her. The race gets away, a thing gets up, and everyone's like far away, and the 800 is so short, and it's kind of like, but even in your mind you're like, well, there's no way that she doesn't just run them down. She's so much better than everyone. And so she gets up and tries to run them down, and it's too much, she can't. And then like on the second lap she just kind of realizes, and then like the race gets away from her, and she's like crying, and the cameras are like in her face, and it's like
Oh.
she's not going to the Olympics. It's crazy.
Oh my God, you just broke my heart.
And then the cameras like
I'm
follow her in
looking
the
at
back.
pictures.
She looks devastated. But
Oh, this is like absolutely
uh,
heartbreaking.
well, it's extra heartbreaking. It's like, well, she didn't even want to do this. She didn't even want to run. Like she didn't even want to. And now everyone's like, a thing didn't make it. A thing didn't make it. And it's like, and she's like, and for what? Like to go out in front of thousands of people and just fall
Wow.
down, and then now you're not going to them. It's crazy. So that was high drama.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
So do you think she's like relieved she isn't gonna go?
I think they're probably. I mean, I don't know this woman from the
But should I
things.
send her the Tony Hale clip about waking up
Yeah,
100 times a day?
she used to wake up on Wednesday, but that's the thing. It's like this wasn't. I don't know that this was her dream. I think she's just been so good from such an early. Like everyone else is out there. The high of it all is they're all trying to prove something to themselves, prove something to everyone else. Like I can do it. I can beat these other people, whatever. And a thing doesn't have that because she's always been better than everyone else. So I think there probably is a piece of her move. She doesn't now. She won't race. the other two women. I mean, and that's the thing. It changes the whole Olympics, because that was a marquee event that everyone was looking forward to. Is like, when these three women meet again, like they have not since last August, who will come out on top this time? Because there's a world where each of those three win. I think if everyone has their best day, a thing wins, but I don't know. And so now it comes down to Keely versus Mary in Paris. But so that was really high drama. The women's steeple was insane. People ran lights out. Like, it was crazy.
Wow. I do want to ask you what a steeple is, but I also have to go.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, we can get into a different time.
No, let's just do. Do you feel hot today?
It's too early to know, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. I had what's being touted as the best breakfast burrito in LA.
Where's it
Yesterday.
from?
A place called Cafe Los Feliz that used to be
I think
no
I've
one
had
ever went.
it.
And then it got famous on TikTok because Charles Melton did an interview that said he ate one every day when he was gaining weight for May, December.
Oh my
I was
God, literally me.
it was a very serviceable breakfast burrito. I think it wasn't my favorite in LA.
What sauce does it come with?
It comes with a beautiful chipotle mayo.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
let me tell you this. I have had it, but it got not lost in the sauce, but
Yeah.
we need a German word for when you get something delivered, and it's like, well, of course this would be really good at the restaurant.
Totally.
German word, and that's someone who just went to Germany. Hi. Hello. Eins, zwei, drei. That means 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you this.
Do you feel hot today?
No, because starting last night, worst stomach ache, intense pains. And I want to lay in fucking bed. I don't want to go do this show, but I'm sure I'll be happy afterwards. I have a 6 a.m. flight tomorrow, so brutal. Do you have a crush of the week?
My crush of the week is probably Victor Carlesi again. Honestly, just a true real one at the end of the day.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
He's so hot and funny.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have a crush of the week?
My crush of the week is, just anyone who's come to see me on this tour. It's been completely a dream come true. I'm so grateful that anyone in another country has taken the time out of their beautiful day. When you live in Paris, it's why are you at my show? Do you know what I mean?
I
you
know.
should be in Paris. So shout out and thank you to everyone who's come. And are you mad at me?
No, are you mad at me?
No, I love you more than ever.
Same. Okay, and to you guys, when a heart breaks, it don't break even.
And when a heart breaks, it's not.
It doesn't evenly break.
Yeah, and it's not breaking it evenly.
No. What does that mean? It means that no one. It means
heart
someone's always hurt
breaks.
worse. Someone always gets hurt worse than the other one.
That's interesting. When a heart breaks, it don't break even. I just mean it's not a clean break.
Yeah.
When a heart breaks, wait, hold on.
But,
Or maybe it's in Seek Treatment speak. When a heart breaks, it don't break even.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's for sure. Yeah.
Seek Treatment is.
All right.
Okay, sweeties.
Bye.
Thank you for loving and laughing.
Seek
Mwah.
treatment. If you're boring as fuck, seek treatment. If you're unlucky in love, seek treatment. If you just can't take a hint, well, seek treatment. With Kat and Pat.
That was a Headgum podcast.